So, did you guys hear about the archaeologist who got fired?
No.
Yeah, his career was in ruins.
Womp womp.
Yeah. But there's that TikTok sound of someone doing a Bobcat impression. And they're like, why is it so hot outside? All
I
it
got
does
to
that is
see
like
him.
Satan farted in my face. That sounded more like John C. Riley.
Yeah.
That's one of those voices that they need to turn into a GPS voice. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no.
And
Yeah.
the celebrities,
with
the voices.
AI, like I can't imagine all the deep fake celebrity voices you can like have for your GPS now.
Yeah.
And please, you know what? It's an audio recording, which technically makes it copywritten, right? So if no one's done that yet, you heard it here first, and
I don't think
now
anybody
you owe me money.
I don't think anybody wants me doing. Oh, you mean like making their own GPS? People do
Yeah.
that, because they've got the text to speech where with all the AI stuff that's
Yeah.
not kosher. If you guys follow, I'm very big on TikTok today.
You're very big on TikTok every day.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what I do while I poop. But
Don't
Joe
we all? Well, no.
Joe Gaudette, he's a voice actor, was recently
I've heard
talking
that
about people using AI for his voice.
Yeah.
And I commented on it and got 20,000 likes on my comment. Yeah, let me see what it's up to right now.
I was like, what'd you say? Comment on this and I'll whatever.
No,
What would your comment say?
I'll have to read it. Like the comment, I still get likes on it. I just got a new like 3 hours ago. So his comment, like the reason they stole his voice was because they didn't want to annoy him for the small fix. So my comment was, we didn't want to annoy you. What they really meant was, we didn't want to pay you. And that's got 27.3 thousand likes, like 27.3K.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, that's accurate, probably.
That's like dozens and dozens of people.
Yeah, that's like tens of people have seen my name.
It reminds you of the. Have you seen? It's a Tumblr post of like a big clear ball that's supposed to represent the size of the sun, and it's full of a bunch of tiny little blue balls that are supposed to represent Earth. And it's like
That's at
someone
least 10. Yeah, I
commented
saw that.
underneath, like, "This is how many Earths could fit inside the sun." And so I was like, "That's gonna be like at least 10." And then the next comment was like, "I mean, he's not wrong."
Yeah.
But damn it.
But
So did you guys know on that topic? I've ordered something. It's coming. But if you took the Earth and squished it down to make a black hole, it would be that big. The swash out radius of the Earth is 8 centimeters. So I have a little tungsten ball come in of 8 centimeters.
what are you gonna do with it?
Sit it on my desk.
Why?
Throw it at kids.
It's cool. Did you want me to swallow it?
I mean, I feel like
Yes.
you're gonna lose it.
I'm probably going to drop it on the podcast at some
Yeah,
point. And put it
that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna fidget with it, and it's gonna go rolling, and the dog's
Yeah.
gonna eat it.
that would suck.
Yeah,
So it's not going to come out. We have to turn him upside down and hold him that way so it can make its way through. Because it's tungsten. Anyway.
yeah. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of As Bad as It Gets, the podcast where we hope that tungsten ball comes out eventually.
I'm tired of spending so much money at the vet for the dog that eats every dang thing.
I am your constipated host, Larry. And with me today are my three favorite turds, Squishy Tom, Runny Rick, and John, who's had too much fiber. So today's topic is inspired by what happened to me today at Walmart.
Ooh.
So, well, let me go back a couple months. I was at my local Walmart.
Yeah.
And me and my daughter were shopping.
Yep.
And she's making jokes. She's being funny. And she goes to daycare with a lot of boys. So currently, what she finds funny is a lot of poop or butt jokes.
Naturally.
Don't we all?
I mean, they're funny. So
Yeah. So we were walking through Walmart, and it started out with like, "You're a poopy butt," and you fart, and all of this stuff, and then it turned into like, because she doesn't like to sit in the little cart part anymore, the little sitting part.
Yeah.
She likes to sit in the actual
Yeah.
cart, so she can move around. And it turned into her saying, "I'm gonna lick your hands," because like I'm pushing the cart.
Ugh.
And then it eventually devolved into something that was going to get CPS called on me for. It turned into, "Daddy licks my butt."
Oh no!
Yeah.
Don't you love it when
Oh
they do that?
no!
And that there was a lot of people around. And
Oh,
I was
God.
like, "Shut up."
Shut up, kid. You're gonna get. They're gonna take you from.
So fast forward to today, the same Walmart. As we're leaving, what are you doing, Rick?
He's moving his
fan on, I'm
hands
real
so that
hot.
he can. Yeah, he's moving
Right.
it so it's not by the mic.
Is that better? Sorry.
Hold on 1 second, Rick. Hold on 1 second. I have the same fan.
You do. I love it.
Wait,
It's adorable.
you guys are never gonna believe this.
Jesus, man.
I do not
Oh,
have.
okay. I was about to say, oh, come on.
I actually do have that fan. It's right here.
About the same distance too.
I love it. Yeah,
Love it.
I'm just the. It's not. So we're at the perfect temperature for not turning on the AC and not turning on the heat.
Yeah.
But having no air movement in the house just makes me feel bothered. So I gotta have some
Still
movement.
air is gross air.
I
Agreed.
mean, I know what you
Sweet.
mean. I have a fan going right now, but it's on the other side of the room.
Yeah, I want something just circulating air throughout the room. Like,
Yeah.
not like I don't have to feel a
I
fan,
don't have anything on in this room. It's just me.
but
If my nips
yeah,
aren't a little
thank you
stiff,
for reminding
I'm-
me that there's not a fan I can turn on in this
Now
room.
he's gonna-
Larry.
his autism's gonna bother him now.
I hate you so much
That's
because
not,
it actually
no,
is.
You don't
I
hate
need
me. Your
white
autism
noise.
hates me. It's okay.
I need white noise. This
But-
chicken's too spicy.
I need to talk to your
Too much
manager.
garlic in this. Can you go talk to your manager?
Sweet Caroline.
Your Diet Coke is flat.
But so fast forward to today. Me and my daughter are walking out of Walmart, and I mean, you know, the type of clientele Walmart attracts, like people who don't have ankles.
My favorite people.
So not to body shame this woman, but she was rather rotund, and very old.
Yeah.
So like old and rotund, she was not moving very fast, but she was leaning over the cart. So it's just like 4 feet of butt, and she's blocking the entire exit. So I'm sitting there, and Callie is who has the patience of her mother, is like wanting to go because she knows once we get to the parking lot that I'll run through the parking lot, and she thinks it's fun.
Yeah.
But she's like, "Why are we not going?" Then she turns around and she's like, "Why is she moving so slow? Why is that lady with the big butt not walking fast?" And I was like, the whole time I'm just, shut up. And she's like, "Why is her
Yeah,
butt
that's
so
good.
big?" And we were right behind this woman. She heard it because everyone around me heard it. So I like tap her on the back of the head, and I'm like, "Shh." So then she starts crying because I hit her on, like, I didn't do any force. It was just like a small tap.
Hey,
It was
hey,
like
hey,
a
shh.
Yeah.
attention. Yeah.
So as we're going through the parking lot, she starts crying, and I'm like, "Why are you crying?" And she's like, "You beat me." And she screamed that right in the
God.
middle of the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is the second time that somebody's going to call CPS on me.
Security is watching you now, Larry.
Yeah. Thankfully, I used to work at that Walmart, and they know me.
Oh, man.
And they know how much you hate children.
Yeah, that's it. But like, That made me wonder what are some stories that you guys just kids say the darnest things kind of thing.
I had
One of my
to.
nephews.
Go ahead.
Okay. My oldest nephew, when he was little, like younger, like 4 or 5, maybe like that age, to where like you have your words, you can talk in full sentences, but like you're still not entirely sure what's appropriate. We have this alligator that's like rubber on the outside. It's like hard stuffed, like beads, kind of like for its body, and its tail is floppy.
Mm-hmm.
We were hanging out, sitting on the couch, like playing with that and a couple other toys, and he goes, "Oh, this alligator's got floppy parts." And then he looks at me and goes, "I have floppy parts too." I was like,
Don't we?
I mean, yeah. It's like, I don't know how to respond to this.
Unfortunately, with age, I have developed floppy parts,
Yeah.
mainly in the chest area. I hate
can't
it.
say anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I mean, good news on my front. I've lost about 20 pounds.
Bad news on my front. I found it.
I found a couple of them too, Tom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my this is much less floppy than it used to be, but
Well done.
I still have some flop on the.
Like when I can
Flop
push
top.
them together, I knew it was a problem.
Yeah, I can still kind of.
And
It's become that episode now.
And
We're not gonna do mine 'cause we're doing
our
content
listeners
warning.
who do not have a visual,
start an OnlyFans.
Larry and I just played with our tits.
Breasts. But there's a couple of fitness people on social media that keep messaging me to lose weight.
Hey.
It's not even like hey fatty, lose weight. It's like, hey, do you want my master class to get in shape and nutrition and stuff like that? And I was like, I really don't have time for that right now. Like the only free time I really get throughout the week is the time I spend with you guys, or I'm pooping.
And we really appreciate that.
Aww.
That and pooping.
Yeah.
Yep.
But or when I procrastinate, put
Yeah.
stuff off. I'm like, I could do laundry or I could play Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. I think I want to do Baldur's Gate.
Those goblins aren't going to kill themselves.
Yeah.
So,
but I hate those people that message me.
Yeah.
One found me on Facebook. Just keeps messaging me. And I told him. I was like, very respectfully, I do not have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's okay. Here's the link to my masterclass. And then he's like, hey, I noticed you didn't sign up for it. Hey, why aren't you signing up for it? I just muted it.
They're like that because
he's in the bandit
to them
group
once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I know the exact person because I've gotten messages from someone. Is it
Don't name names.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Starts with an R.
But yeah, I was going to mention there's a guy like that in the bandit group.
Yeah.
By all accounts, as far as I can tell, a nice guy. But
yeah, super nice, but like, I mean, I do have time if I could manage it better. But
for most of us,
I can't manage anything.
I was gonna say it's pretty much all of us.
I is tired and my brain is soup.
Mm-hmm.
Tapioca.
Tapioca. No, it's soup.
So
and I'm trying to eat it with a fork. It's not working out.
So last weekend, I took my daughter to our town's Chinese mooncake festival. It's a thing they do every year.
That sounds awesome.
It is.
What is mooncake?
I don't know what a mooncake. Yeah, what is that?
Is it like moon pie?
What's in it?
No, it's a delicacy from China. And
moon pie is a delicacy from Tennessee.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, is it from Tennessee? Oh, yeah, it is from Tennessee.
I can't tell you what's in mooncake, but it's not bad. It's just it's a Chinese sweet. And my after my daughter ate it, she kept telling everybody for days that she ate part of the moon, which was
Oh, that
adorable.
looks delicious.
That's fair.
But while we were there, they had the Chinese dragons, the costumes that dance around. She was excited about that. They had music, they had other things. And then, because it's a festival, the local fire department sent the fire chief over with a fire truck.
Mm-hmm.
Kids can get in the fire truck, they can climb around, they can meet the fire chief, they can talk to him, they give the hats and the little, sticker and everything. And so we're engaging with the fire chief, and I'm explaining that my wife's uncle was a firefighter. So we went back and forth about that for a little bit, and then he looks at my daughter and says, "Are you going to carry the family tradition and be a firefighter?" And my daughter kind of gets a mischievous look on her face and goes, "No, I'm going to start fires," and just starts giggling.
I'm gonna burn.
Does this like little evil giggle.
I love it.
Have you
I
seen
watch
the
world
video?
burn.
Have you seen the video online where it's like this old man eating cake and it's his birthday, and his granddaughter walks up and like her lizard brain just kicks in and she says the first thing that's on her mind and she's like, "You're gonna die in a fire." Yeah,
I love it.
It was very sweet.
So I had, we've talked before how you can kind of look at your kid and know that something might happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard brains kicking in. So I took Remy. One thing we like to do is go to hot pot, which if you don't know is an Asian way of preparing food, cooking stuff in broth and mixing it with certain sauces.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And Remy has these little white seafood mushrooms that he just adores, and that's all he eats there, and ramen noodles. So we went. I'm, enjoying the daikon radish or whatever, and he's eating his noodles. And I see probably 4 or 5 trans individuals come into the restaurant, and they sit in the hot pot area, but on the other side. Okay, cool, whatever. Remy kind of looks up at him, looks over them, and I was like, please do not ask questions very loudly.
Do not.
And he goes back to eating his little mushrooms. And then another, like 7 or 8 trans individuals come in. And they sit at the table next to him. They all start interacting. So we end up with like 20 or 30 trans individuals sitting in the area, and they've kind of taken over the area. And I'm just like, I know this is going to happen. And I don't quite know how I'm going to address it when he starts asking loud questions without causing issues with these individuals. So I'm like, "Hey, buddy, do you want to play with my phone?" He goes, "Yeah," and then he looks over at the tables. And I was like, "Nope, here, nope." Because if we're gonna have that conversation, I do want to have that conversation with him at some point. Obviously, people are people, and we respect everybody, regardless of their presentation. But I didn't want to address the dresses.
So a good book with that is not necessarily about transgender,
Sure.
but it does explain why people like different things or why people are different. I've talked about it numerous amounts of times. The book "My Shadow is Pink."
I've
got that in my Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that if you didn't, it's a good one for that.
Yeah, it's about a boy who wants to wear a dress because it's just something he likes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so, me being from the South, I see some great styles, and Tom's Food's here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's what's going on. DoorDash just got here.
He got super
Tom
excited.
is walking away from the desk now, everyone, so we're going to talk bad about him while he's gone.
We're going to talk about, this is now a podcast about how alligators are dinosaurs.
He's gonna listen to this later, just get furious.
The T-Rex is not a dinosaur, and fish are real. No, going back to like being worried about and saying something. One popular style of shirt in the South is where larger guys like to cut the sleeves off and continue down, and loop it around. So like, not only is the sleeve gone, but half the side of the shirt is gone.
And you're getting man side boob.
Yeah. We were at IHOP once eating breakfast, and a guy walked in and sat down, and Callie was like, I can see his boobies. And then she's like, put on a bra. She was screaming it.
Good job, Callie. Good job.
It's like, this biker's going to stab me. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And there have been times where she's talking about my boobies and it makes me feel sad.
Yeah, I would imagine. Remy likes to ask like weird probey questions to people we don't know.
Yeah.
I got posted on Facebook. This is right when my eye started doing its thing, so I was just, we're not going anywhere. I'm just going to DoorDash some food. And the DoorDasher shows up, and Remy pops like, I'm like, hey, stay inside. And he just comes exploding out of the door.
Yeah.
Like he had some, like he was on a mission, like he was going to murder this guy or something. Because he you know, we have it's a very old like steel storm doors. And so the guy's already like, oh. And he runs up to the fence, looks at the guy, goes, where do you live? In a house. No, like, where do you live on the earth? In Dunlap. And I'm looking at him, looking at Remy. Remy looks at me and looks back at him. I look back at the DoorDasher, and Remy's like, thank you, and peels back off inside.
It's like, without any context, it's very threatening. Like he's going to show up at this guy's house and beat him up.
This little 4-year-old guy is just. I'm like, it's a very weird conversation, buddy. We're on the earth.
Where on earth are you?
And it's because we were just watching stuff about, you know, the continents and everything. He's very big. Yeah. Daddy, what continent are we on? You have never left North America.
Yep.
Statistically, you'll probably never live North America.
Yeah.
But currently, you know, we are still in, you know, central Illinois, and that's not going to change. And we went to St. Louis a couple weeks back. Where are we at? Still North America. St. Louis isn't in North America. Yeah, it is.
No, it is.
And not for long.
It kept calling him Aunt Louis. I'm like, it's St. Louis.
Aunt Louis.
Why are we in Aunt Louis? St. Louis.
That's
and I don't
weird.
know currently.
It's like a Magic School Bus episode.
Yeah, we're inside Aunt Louis. Aunt Louise.
God, there goes Tom.
You're right, Tom.
Almost came out the nose.
The other day, my daughter comes up to me and goes, Daddy, we live in America. I was like, yes, we do. It's like, I live in America. Mommy lives in America. You do not live in America.
Oh.
Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't know.
No, you're moving out.
Aww.
I don't know if I talked about this before, but so my daughter was in occupational therapy for a while.
Yeah.
Her occupational therapist just his daughter happened to go to the same daycare as Callie. And he would go and pick his daughter up. So like he'd been to our house. He knows us. Like, he goes to pick his daughter up one day, and Callie just runs up to him, and she's like, "My daddy sleeps outside." And so he texts me. He's like, "You guys good?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" I'm like, well, according to Callie, you're sleeping outside. And it's like, no, we're like, at the time we were planning on going camping.
Oh, okay.
And she's just like, we are going to sleep outside, but it came out my daddy sleeps. Yeah. Like my wife kicked me out, and I can't even sleep inside.
You're not even good enough to sleep in your car.
No,
like you have to sleep in the front yard.
In the front yard, yeah.
Doesn't even get a doghouse.
Nope.
We moved my daughter's little plastic house out of the house, so I can sleep in there now.
Sleep in that.
Yeah.
Love it.
I put little.
I've got a plastic outdoor kitchen I can sleep in if need be.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't fit very well in that house, but I can fit in it. I'm trying to think of other things that Callie said that's just very unfortunate.
Oh, there's so many that's just like...
This isn't something that she said. This was something I did. And let this be a cautionary tale to every parent.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm excited.
When you do laundry, be sure to check what you send to daycare. So for daycare for nap times we have to send a little fitted sheet and a blanket, and they'll put it over the cot, and then they return it to us at the end of the week. We wash it, take it back on Monday.
Repeat.
Yeah. Fitted sheets like to hold things very well. And it was really weird when I went to daycare and they were like, "Hey, your wife's underwear is in your daughter's cubby." I was like, "You guys gonna tell me something? Like, what's going on?
Why do you have my wife's underwear, man?"
Yeah, she was like, "It was in the fitted sheet," and I was like, "Oh God."
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, Remy's got an imaginary friend who I have the utmost animosity for. And like I posted on Facebook, he's got dirt on the Clinton Foundation and Boeing. If anybody listening to this podcast, anybody in this podcast needs to know that his name is Jolly.
Jolly
and,
what?
So that's kind of where I'm going. So Remy was like, I'm a Setzer, and Mama's a Setzer, and you're a Setzer, and Jolly's a Setzer. And I said, no, Jolly's not a Setzer. He goes, why? And without thinking, I said, in order for you to be a Setzer, you have to come out of or come in, Mom.
Oh.
And he goes, what? I'm like, nothing. Jolly's not our, he's your friend. He's not in our family. And then he just starts, Jolly lives in there's a water tower in the city that's basically connected to ours. He's like, he lives in the red tower and he makes icky bombs. And I'm like,
what are icky bombs?
What? Apparently it's bombs that you can make and throw at bad guys. They eat them and it kills them.
Jolly is poisoning people?
So
Jolly is...
Don't mess with Jolly.
Jolly is Al-Qaeda, I guess. I don't know, because he just... Some of the stuff Remy says Jolly does, like Jolly owns race cars, he's been to the moon, he lives on Mars, he makes bombs, he kills people. It's like, this guy's like James Bond of Central Illinois.
What are you going to do if Jolly's actually a guy that's been living in your backyard?
I'm moving.
Yeah.
Jolly's terrifying, dude.
Like John Wayne Gacy, and it's just some like guy dressed as a clown.
I'm Amanda. I'm 6.
No, you're not. You're not. But yeah, if Jolly ends up being a real person, I am terrified for my life because I talk crap about this thing, individual, entity, or whatever, constantly. So if he ever catches wind of this, with his track record and assumed criminal history, that would be my last time on this podcast, I have a feeling. Whether I run or I'm dead.
And Rick suddenly hears tapping on the window right next to him.
Yeah. If anybody listening to this episode would like to be a co-host of an exciting dad podcast, hit us up at asdadasitgets@gmail.com.
There may be killed by his son's imaginary friend.
Yeah, imaginary.
Rick, who is that?
Huh?
Said Rick, who is that?
Don't do that to me.
I've had those freakouts. My daughter likes to say creepy stuff all the time.
You just perfectly tilted your camera so we could see the silhouette of the doorway.
Yeah.
And
now I'm freaking out.
Your wife.
House.
Your wife's gonna walk through.
Have our screens in the sample. He's gonna know I'm looking through that door. Like,
yeah.
Maybe he'll think I actually see someone.
Your wife's gonna walk through, and we're just gonna see the entire laptop fly through the air.
Thankfully, she's not at work. She's at work tonight, which is why I am a little bit more uncomfortable because now that we're talking about what is, basically maybe a supernatural entity,
an eldritch being.
Yeah, something like that, just slinking around in my house. So now I'm a little uncomfortable. Like after the night I played the Slender game first.
Yeah. Jolly looks like Slender Man.
Made some girly noises that night.
Lurking a few miles from your house.
I would imagine Jolly would be closer to the rake.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm picturing more of like that little critter from Cat's Eyes.
I've never.
I don't think I've seen that.
Stephen King movie.
That
Tiny little
could be a
gremlin
Wendigo.
comes in and steals souls from kids.
I have
Fun.
seen that.
Yeah.
Like the cats
Traumatizing, right?
protect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one to watch when you're like 7 years old.
You know what's not good to watch when you're 7 years old? Candyman.
Well, no kidding.
I mean, like Candyman's not really scary.
I still can't watch it.
He is the movie of F around and find out. Like all you have to do is not say his name. Yeah.
I mean, fair,
but I can't trust anybody not to do that.
But that's when you're like, okay, I'm getting out of here, and you don't. Like after they say that first time, like, all right, later, enjoy your death, you know.
Like Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
You're about to get
they're
all up in them guts.
There are some movies that just
something else.
You deserved what you got in these horror movies, like Hellraiser, Candyman, you know,
The
Ring. Yeah, if someone's like, hey, there's this movie that kills you, I'm like, all right, cool, later.
I'm like, yeah, cool. Where can I rent it?
Yeah,
where can I rent it, please?
So I watched.
Is it on streaming? Can I Netflix this?
I forget how old I was, but it was the first time we got a DVD player. We got a DVD player, and my mom decided to rent the Mothman Prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
It was too early for me. I know that. However old it was, I might have been, 20, 21. And I'm kidding, obviously. But so we watched it, and I, for a year after, could not tolerate red lights in any kind of darkness. And that hung with me for a while. Even now, it's like I know the Mothman isn't proper real, and I've actually done.
Sure.
Jolly is.
Thomas. But yeah, so it yeah. Even as an adult, it's still like
Mothman, stay out of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These problems, yeah.
I mean, that's just standard practice to stay out of West Virginia.
Yeah.
It's a
cautionary tale.
The New Jersey Devil? Don't go to Jersey.
Yeah.
You want to have a
Jersey Devil, actually, there's a bounty on his head placed by the New Jersey Zoo. You get $1 million if you capture him.
I wonder how many good horses they've had.
You would still have to go to Jersey to catch him, though, and Jersey's just... Why would you go there?
I don't know. But like we did an episode once on my old podcast about cryptids, like our favorite cryptids, and Jersey Devil is one of them.
Yeah,
my mother.
I've got
your mother's that's Alabama Devil.
She's a cryptid.
Oh.
I got
Sorry, Mom. I know you've been watching all these. I love you.
Those little
she's so disappointed.
ABC of cryptids books for Harrison.
Yeah.
When he was still real little, and it was one of the ones I read. Like
that sounds like a good practice.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I just got him the ABCs of D&D.
There you go.
I've got that one. It's a good book.
Mm-hmm. I had asked you about it, and you said it was good, and I was going through my lists on Amazon. I was like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and buy that.
My daughter hates that book. I'm like, let's read it for Daddy.
Remy's first book was Your Special. It's Fallout.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
you were strong, perceptive, whatever they all
are. Endurance.
Yeah.
You endure.
Yep.
You are endurance.
Snap! That's so entertaining. Do it again.
Again.
I'm just entertaining myself because I can't keep my hands still.
Because of Jolly.
For our listeners, not watchers, Rick has a
handcopter.
A handcopter, like those toys we had as children. But now I really want one as a 37-year-old man.
Oh yeah, I bought a drone off of Temu.
Oh,
how'd that go?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I bought the drone off of Temu or I just can't fly drones.
Yeah.
Drones are hard.
Yeah.
I told you my drone story.
I don't think I remember it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I got it for a birthday present years ago from my parents. They just thought it'd be fun. And I have a big field across from a neighborhood. There's a road, and then there's a big open field, right? Probably almost a football field long, almost as wide. And I'm standing at one end of this big open field, and at the very other end, there is a little creek that separates the border to the next area and one big tree that hangs over the creek. And I said to myself, okay, as long as I stay away from that, I'll be fine.
You went straight to it.
Like 10 minutes later, it is in the tree and it's in the creek, and then the battery's in the creek and it's dead. I haven't flown a drone since.
I actually have my drone right here.
I got a
right now.
I got a cheapy drone off of it. It was there's a like a Wish. Oh, one of those. It's like a Wish.com type bidding thing.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, like Top Hatter or something like that. And I got a drone off of there, and it was ended up being like $12.
Yeah, I think I paid $10 for mine.
Yeah, it got here. It was a white one. It looks nice, but I plugged the battery in, and it went.
Oh no!
And it was dead. Immediately, never spun the blades, never anything. Dead. I was like, what did I do? And I tried to message Top Hatter, but I don't know why I tried that because
they're like, too bad it's your problem, sucker.
Yeah.
Have you tried turning it off and then turning it back on again?
It would turn on the first time.
So
I called him on the phone. I heard, hi.
Somebody called what? The video. So the drone I have records, and watching the recording of me flying a drone is the most nauseating experience that anybody will ever have.
I love it.
It's like, imagine you're the cow in Twister.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. We went on.
People do the racing drones.
Yeah. That's why I bought it.
Buildings and stuff. It's like I can't even walk like that.
Those are cool.
They're just so mesmerizing. Just
it is like
everywhere.
That's some amazing skill you've got, dude.
Yeah.
But also, it's just like to have people who have such intense trust in their bodies and their senses to do that kind of stuff, or parkour or anything like that. I am just always blown away because I can't walk fine on a level surface.
When I've seen video of those dudes in the squirrel suits, who go through canyons and
the gliders,
holes and stuff, and they'll have a drone that is trained on them, flying and following them, doing all this crazy aerial stuff, and it's just why
I'm like, I could do that.
People who do the glider suits, they're like, oh, I'm an expert at this. I've done 500 glides. I'm a pro. Don't worry about me. It's like, at one point you were a first-time glider. That first time, how do you put trust in this thing?
Yeah,
Started off as a suicide attempt, and I was just really bad at it.
I just couldn't hit the ground.
I was wearing parachute pants and just.
Holy crap! It's work.
Came down like Kirby.
It's like
anytime I watch that stuff, my butthole puckers so tight.
I'm not worried about you. It's like I'm worried about me walking under you as you fly,
take your head off.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh wait, Rick, I know a movie you need to watch.
No, but Rick, you talking about your reaction to watching those guys in the glider suits like that? That's me when you see those people that have the GoPros and they're climbing up on the abandoned water towers and crap.
Yeah.
Look at me while I hang on with one hand. Woo!
I'm sweaty. I'm naturally sweaty. It's natural but unnatural.
Yeah.
Anytime, kind of like the same way. Anytime there's a fight scene in a movie, my body reacts to the fight scene. So watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, whichever one of the or Temple of Doom, whichever one it was, Indiana Jones. So he's gone through fight scene, and my abs are tired. And then the guy comes out with the swords and he shoots him.
Yeah, that was.
I was like, oh,
Temple of Doom.
Raiders.
Or was it? Yeah,
Raiders.
Raiders.
And I was,
Yeah,
whichever one
Raiders,
was. So I was like,
Come
okay,
on,
cool. I don't have to tense through this whole fight.
Rick, you need to watch Free Solo.
Free Solo.
Yeah, it is.
No, it sounds terrible.
This guy, he climbs.
Wasn't that Star Wars Episode 6?
No,
In
that was just
between.
so Free Solo. This guy climbs El Capitan, one of the highest mountains in Yosemite. No rope, no nothing. Totally,
No
totally unroped. Like if he falls, he dies.
Hats off to him, but no.
Yeah.
That's a big nope.
I'm always proud of these human beings, but it's just like
But yeah, that movie also has impressive drone work.
I bet.
Well, so like the human achievement is great, but those people that do it, I kind of hate them because they're always like, "I'm doing this. What's your excuse?" Like, I'm tired.
My brain doesn't function the same way yours does.
I saw
I have a family.
I saw one where it's like I climbed Mount Everest, you know, and I'm a double amputee. What's your excuse? Like, my legs hurt.
I've got that much more weight to haul up the thing.
Yeah.
I think it was in Onion articles like vegan attempts to climb Mount Everest to prove to everyone how like strong and fit vegans can be, and dies.
All I'm gonna say is that Everest is littered with bodies of people who thought that were motivated.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
They just
can't
left
take
him
him
there.
down.
It
Yeah.
cannot be just motivation. Like, yes, it is a big
Motivation,
factor,
skill.
but
There are so many dead bodies on Everest that they use the frozen bodies as landmarkers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a landmarker. Like, when I die, you guys just get a cannon and launch me on the side of Everest. Hey, you see that
All right.
crater?
I've told you guys what I want to do. Right?
What?
Put my body into a spring-loaded casket, bury it deep in like some desert or forest or some remote place, so that in like decades, if not hundreds of years, when some
When the spring
archaeologist is digging through and finds it and opens it, my lifeless corpse springs out and flies.
You should put a wingsuit on
Hopefully scares them to death.
it. put a wingsuit and a drone on it and see how far it'll go.
Did you hear? Did you hear the? It was in Australia. The guy that got the scuba diver that got dumped out into the fire.
Oh yeah, they like picked him
They
up.
got
Then-
picked up. Oh, yes.
10 years ago, yeah, it went and picked a.
Was it a scuba diver or was he in a pool?
It was a scuba diver
Okay,
or some kind of like a free diver, whatever it was. He was.
gotcha.
Yeah, he was in like a
Diving,
lake
so-
or something.
Yeah, and they picked him up in the bucket and dumped him in the fire. Oops! Could you imagine that?
I mean, they gotta cook. Like, there's got to be a lot of good fish in forest fires.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
smoky wood burned fish.
I forget which comedian it was, but they said I think it was Randy Feltface. If you've never seen Randy Feltface, you need to watch Randy
Love
Feltface. But he said, his three favorite things were firefighting, skydiving, and water sports. But I didn't think he'd want to mix them all at once. Speaking of good fish and forest fire, there is a distance from an atomic blast where every frozen pizza, is perfectly cooked.
Mm-hmm.
That's called the
There's a
Larry
point during
Zone.
the cremation process.
And people.
Yeah. There's a point during the cremation process where whatever body is being cremated is cooked perfectly.
There's a medium rare.
Mm-hmm.
How would you guys want to be cooked?
Hopefully I'm dead.
Yeah, really.
I mean, say you died and like, okay, here's
This
the
is a fun
situation.
exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say that you're stranded with a group of people. You're the first to die, and they have to eat your body to survive. What meal would you want to be, and how would you want to be prepared?
Well, first off, they should probably render out most of the fat, or they're going to burn down the whole island. For me.
Damn it, Larry! Now my brain is doing that thing.
Yeah.
I would want to be kind of, what is it? The raw meat that French folks like.
Tartar.
Tartar, yeah, Rick Tartar.
Rick Tartar.
For Carpaccio.
Oh no!
I want them to get
Dry
food
me out
poisoning.
and make me.
I think I'd make
piccolo
some
or
good
whatever.
beef jerky, or Larry jerky. Oh God.
Don't say that.
Well, I hate because
Maybe
it
sous
depends
vide me.
on it depends
I
on
will
the
sous
part of
vide
the
anything.
body. It depends on
I want Larry
like, what
jerky merch.
you
now.
have available to cook with and on. And
Yeah.
I hate my brain.
You happen to crash with a FedEx plane, and so there's all this stuff.
There is a full kitchen.
There's a generator.
Full
There's an
kitchen.
air fryer. There's a sous vide. There's like a microwave.
A volleyball.
Yeah.
Nice, John. Same idea.
Oh, then
So,
I
I
mean, I'm
mean-
getting bone marrow, and I'm getting like if I'm going to eat a person,
Make
And
a
I
pretty
have,
good
like, that-
soup.
yeah, I would make a nice bone broth, and yeah, like if it is at the point where hey, I have an industrial kitchen and my
We're talking
only
about somebody
food is-
eating us, Tom. We're not talking about eating other people.
Yeah. Like, how would you like to be prepared?
properly.
5-star.
Yeah.
Turn me into a T-bone.
Yeah, stick a rod up my butt, make it come out my ass, spin me over a fire.
Go big or go home.
I'm dead, I don't
If you have
Think
if
about
you have that kind of kitchen and you're
No, no, no,
just
no, no,
going
no,
to be
no,
like-
no, 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 no. Wait. Stick a rod up my butt and have it come out my ass is what you said.
I'm in mouth.
It's like a hook,
I'm just like, "Oop, what was that?
hook the taint. Like, what do you?
I lost my handcuff. I don't know where it went.
Good, you deserve that.
That's fair.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Uh,
all right.
we've
going
reached
so
our
well.
limit
Take us
mentally,
home, Larry.
physically.
Take us home.
Yeah. Right.
So throughout your kid's life, they're gonna say some crazy things, and you're gonna be embarrassed until you realize that you yourself say some crazy things, especially when sleep deprived, like Rick. Just remember that, and really, that's as bad as it gets. All the AI stuff that's
Yeah.
not kosher. And if you guys follow, I'm very big on TikTok today.
You're very big on TikTok every day.
Yeah,
Larry.
that's what I do while I poop. But
Don't we all? Well, no.
Joe Gaudette, he's a voice actor, was recently
I've heard
talking
that
about people using AI for his voice.
Yeah.
And I commented on it and got 20,000 likes on my comment. Yeah, let me see what it's up to right now.
I was like, what'd you say? Comment on this and I'll whatever.
No,
What would your comment say?
I'll have to read it. Like the comment, I still get likes on it. I just got a new like 3 hours ago. So the reason that they did the AI, why do you have soda bottles?
Why do you have a Coke and a Pepsi?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
What? I mean,
I don't
like
know.
I don't care if
That's
you're
how you end up with like.
drinking either one, but why do you have both? At
Because
the
I bought
same
one
time?
place and bought one another place. So I
How
got this
can you
morning
Hmm.
from where'd I go? Duncan. And we went later. Remy
Did your
wanted
wife
Jimmy
say
John.
to stay away from Duncan?
What? You're not coming through.
I was about to repeat. I was like, your
I've
wife.
I went to Dunkin' twice today.
Like,
So
they don't
actually, my wife
sell-
actually requested it this morning. She goes, I want some of the mini bagel bites. All right, fine. But then when Remy requested Jimmy John's by name, so they don't have Pepsi, and I prefer Coke. So